Namaste, and welcome to this yoga practice for flourishing health. Yoga is not merely about curing our physical ailments, but also about taming the mind and nourishing the soul. We have the power to heal and transform ourselves if we embrace a holistic approach to wellness that includes asana, pranayama, and meditation. Prana is the life force that promotes health and vitality of the body, the mind, and spirit. Pranayama is a collection of practices that enhance, expand, and direct the life force to optimize our well-being. We will also use Ujjayi pranayama during our asana practice to help us flourish in body, mind, and spirit. So now it's time to invoke Spirit, to create a sacred time and space for our flourishing health. Use this intention to cultivate prana, to heal all the parts of yourself with the life force. Breathing in health, healing, vitality, and flourishing. We use prana mudra by touching the tip of the thumb to the little and ring finger and leaving the first two fingers extended straight out. This is known as the vital energy gesture to bring vitality, healing, and the life force into one's physical and subtle bodies. The root mantra for Hanuman is an invocation to the life force energy and healing power. It strengthens the empowerment of healers to offer a transfer of energy to others. This Hanuman mantra cultivates profound healing for the physical, subtle, mental, emotional, intuitive, and bliss bodies. It is Om Shri Hanumate Namaha, meaning salutations to the consciousness, prana. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Now let's go over Ujjayi breathing. This is created when you constrict the glottis here in the throat so that the sound makes a whispering sound, so the breath makes a whispering sound in and out. By constricting the passage of air, it will help you lengthen each breath in and each breath out. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just breathe normally. Now, let's do some movement here while we're seated. And fold forward, walking the hands in front, folding over the hips, and repeating that Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi means victorious or uprising. Now lift up, lean back. Draw the shoulder blades together, opening the heart and rocking the head a little from side to side. And now reverse the feet so the opposite foot comes in front and walk the hands forward again. Inhale, lengthen the back, and exhale, empty the air. In Ashtanga style yoga, you do a lot of Ujjayi breathing. Now, lift up to a straight back and keep the left hand down, raise the right arm and stretch to the left side. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bend. Pulse with the breath to be easeful on the inhale and focused strength on the exhale. And we'll switch sides, lower the right hand, lift the left arm, and bend to the right side. Nice slow Ujjayi breaths. Perfect. And come up and turn over onto your stomach. Prepare for Cobra pose. Tucking the elbows in, hugging the legs to the midline, pressing down through the tops of the feet and the hips, beginning to curl the head and shoulders up a little bit at a time. So, with the Ujjayi breath, lengthen the spine on the inhale, strengthen the back on the exhale. And lift the hips up and press them back to the heels into child's pose. Inhale to the back and exhale, empty out all that air to lengthen the spine. Try walking the hands over to the right side. And feel a stretch along the left side of the waist, ribs. And try walking the hands over to the left side. And breathe along the right side of the ribs. And lift back up to table pose. And walk the feet forward. Roll the back up to stand. And reach up through the arms, press down through the legs. And then interlace the hands, bring them behind the head, and press the head back. Inhale, opening the chest, arching back. And exhale, rounding forward. Bring the elbows in front, chin down to the chest. Repeat that with your breath, arching back on the inhale and rounding forward on the exhale. Now the hands still behind the head, open the elbows and tilt to the left side. Exhaling over and inhaling up to center. Then switch to the right side, exhaling to the right. Inhaling to the center. And continue from side to side at your own pace. And when you're done, rest the arms down. Now, let's go on to forward fold. Separate the feet hip width apart, keeping them parallel. Fold forward, sliding down, bend the knees, and then straighten one knee at a time to stretch more in the hamstrings and calves. If your hands reach the floor, then try to walk the hands to the left. Twist to that left side. And then to the right, straightening the knees, twist to the right. And then widen the knees, widen the feet if necessary to squat down between the knees. Keep the hands down for balance. And then try twisting and lifting the right arm up. Looking up to the right hand. And then switch sides. The right hand down and open the left arm. Twist to look up there. And relax, both hands down. And come up to stand. Walking to the front of the mat. We'll step the right foot back for warrior one and bend the left knee. Once you have the foundation in your feet, legs, and hips, begin creating Prana mudra. Again, the tip of the thumb touching the little and ring finger, middle and first fingers extended. And we're going to circle with Prana mudra, up and around, inhaling up, exhaling around. And after a few circles, clasp the hands behind the back with Yoga Mudra and draw the knuckles down, lift the chest up. Now, Bring the hands forward onto the front leg and begin to fold over that left leg into pyramid pose. Soften on the inhale to align more comfortably and naturally. Exhale, deepen the fold, straighten the knee. Lengthening each breath with Ujjayi breathing. Next inhale, step the right foot forward to meet the left. And exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, stand up tall, lift the arms. And exhale, rest. Arms down. Okay, Prana mudra. Step the left foot back for warrior one. Ready with Prana mudra. Circle the arms. And then clasp hands behind the back, Yoga Mudra. Draw the knuckles down, lift the chest up, and then the head can tilt back a little. Now, pyramid pose. Bring hands to that front leg and start to fold over the right leg. Softening on the inhale, adjust, fine tune, and then deepen on the exhale, straightening the knee. Next inhale, step the left foot forward. And exhale, fold Uttanasana. Rise with the inhale. Lift up. And exhale, rest the arms. Good. And step the right foot back for warrior two. Open the right toes, 90 degrees. Lengthen your stance and bend the left knee. Okay, keep the shoulders over the hips as you open the arms and gaze to the left hand. Your warriors are victorious with Ujjayi breath. Good. Now straighten the left knee, triangle pose, right arm up, and gaze looking up. Inhale, open, widen the chest, and exhale, tighten the core. Letting the left hand descend. Very good. Bend the left knee. Prana mudra in the right hand. The left elbow can support you on top of that knee, or the left hand reach down to the floor, while this right arm is circling with Prana mudra. One revolution per breath. to warrior two. And switch sides. I'm just going to pivot the feet, bend the right knee into warrior two. Pulse with the breath, victorious breath for a victorious warrior. Now straightening the right knee, Trikonasana, triangle pose, lift up the left arm. Inhale, expand up to the sky, and exhale, root down into the earth with your strength from the core, the legs. Now to side angle pose, bend the right knee, the right elbow can rest there. The left hand with Prana mudra is going to circle. So you need to do some rearranging, but here we are, circling with Prana mudra. And then return to warrior two. And straighten both legs. Turn feet parallel. So now facing the side of the mat for a wide leg forward fold. So we can have hands on the knees or on the shins or on the floor under your shoulders. Softening knees on the inhale, and then straightening the legs on the exhale, taking the head down towards the mat. And release, standing up, inhale, and we can do Skandasana. All right, so bend the right knee and squat down towards the right heel. Now hold the right arm inside the knee and open the left arm, twisting, gaze up. There, switch sides. So now bend the left knee, squat down towards the left heel. Letting the right toes turn up. We'll open the right arm and gaze up to that hand. Now lower the right hand and lift up the hips to another wide leg forward fold. Uparishta Konasana. Now I'm going to come down to hands and knees. Yeah. All right, good. Start with low lunge, right foot forward. And hands climb up to the right knee. Inhale, roll shoulders back. Exhale, pull navel in. Strengthen through the thighs, core of the pelvis. Then raise the arms. Nice, smooth, victorious breath. That you can hear the sound of that breath. Good. Lower the hands down. Keep the left hand down. Open the right arm up and twist, gaze up to that hand. And bring the right hand back down. Move the right heel forward a little bit. Lift up the toes. Now start to straighten the right knee, folding over the right hip. Backing off some on the inhale, stretching deeper on the exhale. Doing what feels good in your body. Nourishing it with victorious breath. Now, a revolved triangle, so keep the left hand down, but you can bring the left hand a little closer underneath your left shoulder. Then open the right arm and twist and look back to that right hand. And then bring right hand down and pivot, turn to the left side of the mat. And your right leg still extended, the toes turned up for gate pose, Pranayama. Let your right hand slide down that right leg. Left arm lift up and crescent over the head. Okay, and keep pressing down through the back of that right heel. Pull the kneecap up so this thigh bone is coming deep into the hip socket. This is Pranayama, gate pose. Now release the left hand, bring it all the way to the back of the mat, and lift the right arm, take it up and forward over the ear for a supported side plank, Vashisthasana. Okay, if you like the full pose, you can straighten both legs. Vashisthasana, and bring that left knee back down if the legs were straight, and we'll switch sides. Okay, come back to table pose and step the left foot forward. Climb the hands up to the left knee and connect with your breath, the source of healing. Prana, the life force. Now, the arms lift up. Asana, the monkey pose. Good. And lower the hands down. Move the left foot forward. Lift up the toes. And begin to fold over the left hip. Inhale, soften, realign, fine-tune. And on the exhale, squeeze the muscles that you're stretching, lifting the kneecap, tightening the tummy. Yeah. And bring the right hand under the right shoulder. Open the left arm, twisting, gaze up to that hand. Just roll the shoulders back, open the throat. Victorious breath. Now, lower the left hand, pivot to face the side of the mat. And left leg still extended, the toes turned up. Slide the left hand down the left leg. Reach up through the right arm. Now press down through the right hip and stretch to the over the left side. Gate pose. Now release. Right hand down. And now left arm lift up and extend over the ear. Vashisthasana. Either supported with the right knee down or the full pose with both legs straight. Good. Release. Lower both knees down. Lift the hands up for camel pose. Press the hands into the back of the buttocks. Draw the shoulder blades together. Press the tops of the feet down and push the hips forward. Now look up, tilt the head back. And lean back. Try and hold on to one heel or both heels. Still pressing down through the tops of the feet and the toenails. And when you're ready, release and lift the arms up over the head, straightening the back, lengthening the spine. Good. Time for a counter pose. Let's go to downward dog. Lift up the knees. You can walk the knees as needed until those hamstrings and calves have stretched. And you can pulse with the breath, softening the knees and shoulders on the inhale, and then lengthening and strengthening the legs and arms as you exhale. Next, we can lift the right leg up for pigeon. Bend the knees, swing it forward. Lower the hips. And eventually lower the chest. Folding over this right hip. Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Just you and your breath. After several breaths, we lift back up. Step the right foot back to downward dog. Maybe walking the knees some helps. And then going to three-legged dog, lift the left leg up. And bend the left knee, swing it forward to pigeon. So the left knee is behind the left wrist, but turned out at an angle. Walk the right knee back to lower the hips. Strengthen through the core to stabilize and balance, and then fold forward as you desire to stretch deeper. And experience the healing benefits of pranayama through your victorious breath. You're ready? We'll lift up to seated position. Extend the legs forward. Staff pose to start. The back straight, strong as a walking staff. The hands can assist if you need some kickstand behind you to keep the crown of the head in a plumb line right over the sitting bones. Memorize that feeling of alignment in the back as you bend the right knee now to the side into Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. So press the foot into the thigh while the thigh meets that with equal resistance, and that intensifies the muscular energy through the pelvis to help you sit up tall, lengthen the spine, and gradually fold forward. Where you can hear each breath. Tuck the chin slightly so the back of the neck can lengthen. Keep the shoulders relaxed so they're not overextending. And slowly release, sit up and switch legs. Straighten the right leg and bend the left knee. Press the left foot into the inner right thigh and use that muscular energy to help you sit up tall and straight. The shoulders back, the neck long, the chin slightly tucked, and taking the crown of the head forward. Incrementally breathing your way into a deeper pose without force or strain. Cultivate the life force, prana. Very good. Now we'll sit up straight once more and open the legs to a wide ankle. Move the sitting bones back and apart. Spiral the inner thighs down and draw the lower back in to lift up in the crown of the head. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, squeeze the muscles in the legs to hug them to the bone. bow forward. And repeat. Backing off some on the inhale, allowing a better awareness. Folding deeper on the exhale, in rhythm with your breath. Okay, well, lift up to release. Straight back, bend the right knee so the right foot can come over to the left inner thigh. And revolved head to knee pose. Sweep the right arm up and crescent over the left leg. Okay. The left arm is inside the leg to add leverage, to keep the chest open. The right shoulder back. Now release to switch sides. The right hand down. Change the legs to open the right leg. Bend the left knee. Okay. Again, I want to be on the front edge of the sitting bones so the lower back can draw in. The spine lengthen. Press down through the left hip and reach up and across towards that right foot. Spiral the chest open so you can look up. Breathe victorious breaths. And then release up to a straight back. And go to reclining position. Lay on your back. Hug the knees into the chest. Up an asana. Letting your arms lengthen on the inhale. And squeeze the knees tighter on the exhale. Listening to your breath. Like a deep sea diver can hear his regulator breathing. And set the feet back down. We wanted to lift the right leg up, flatten the left leg down, and hold the back of the right thigh. Inhale, soften the knee, move the hands up, and exhale, straighten the leg, press up through the ball mound of the big toe. And repeat that, softening, adjusting on the inhale, stretching and strengthening on the exhale. Good, and then relax, bend the knee, lower the right foot down, and press the right foot into the mat so you can swing your hips over to the right side and roll onto the outer left hip. The right knee will cross over to the left side. Your left hand can hold on to that thigh And the right arm opens the opposite direction while you twist your head and gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, add to the twist, pressing that right hip down and away from you. After a few breaths, we'll switch sides. So lay on your back, straighten the spine, and then lift the left leg up, holding the back of the left thigh, while keeping the right leg flat on the mat. Inhale, soften the knee, adjust, and then exhale, straighten the leg, stretch to your comfortable capacity. And over a series of breaths, you can begin to walk the hands up towards the ankle more. Some yogis even bind the big toe, that foot. When you're ready to release that left foot flat on the mat, pressing it down, swing your hips to the left and roll on to your outer right hip. The left knee is crossing over towards your right hand, and the left arm is extended out the opposite way. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist, pressing this left hip down or the left thigh down and away. Adding to your core strength as you exhale, so you feel that outer right hip pressing down into the mat. Okay. And then release onto your flat back. Take a chance to lift up the knees into happy baby. And hold the ankles or the feet, pulling the knees downward towards the armpits. Allowing the head to rock from side to side, or the hips to move, whatever feels good in your body. All right. And release and stretch out the legs. Lift the arms up over the head. Take a full body stretch, spreading the fingers and toes and moving in the shoulders and hips, and the head and the neck, hands, fingers, wrists and ankles, all the parts of your body that want to move, stretch, sticking out the tongue, making some funny faces. It's all good. When you're comfortable in your body, everything's at its final stretch, you can start to relax with your arms by your side, the palms facing up, being able to tuck the shoulder blades under the back so the chest is more open to breathe more naturally and calmly. You don't need Ujjayi breath in Shavasana, so just breathe normally. Another great mantra for healing is the Maha Mrityunjaya mantra. And there's a little story that goes along with that. So, be comfortable, relax all the parts of yourself now to rest, release, and let go into the support of the floor. It will hold you now safe and secure. The Maha Mrityunjaya mantra restores health and happiness and brings calmness in the face of death. This is the story of the sage Markandeya. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there was a couple, a childless couple, living in the forest. The sage Mrikandu and his wife Marudvati. They undertook a long penance, hoping to earn merit and the boon of a child. They were rewarded with a vision of Lord Shiva. After hearing their request, Lord Shiva told them that they could either parent a child who would be a brilliant spiritual light, but whose life would be a scant 16 years, or they could raise a long-lived child who would be witless and self-absorbed. They chose the child with spiritual virtue, and in time Marudvati gave birth to a boy they named Markandeya. The couple decided not to tell him that he would have a short lifespan. But as he approached his 16th birthday, his parents' growing sadness betrayed them. And when he asked them to explain their downcast mood, they told him that Lord Shiva had said so. Already an accomplished yogi, Markandeya rededicated himself to his practice. Okay. On the day of his 16th birthday, Markandeya took refuge in a temple and sat next to a Shiva lingam, a symbol of divine consciousness, to do his worship and meditation. When the messengers of Lord Yama, the Lord of Death, arrived to take him away, they found him so absorbed in his prayers they could not complete their mission. Returning to Yama, they described their dilemma, so Yama himself traveled to the temple to accomplish the task. He urged Markandeya to follow the natural laws of life and death and to come willingly. But Markandeya wrapped his arms around the Shiva lingam and surrendered himself to its protection. Yama threw his noose to gather Markandeya in, but the noose encircled the lingam as well, and immediately Shiva, dwelling in the image, split the lingam open and emerged in a rage. Yama had thrown his noose too far, for he had no authority to encircle Shiva himself. Yama was killed with a blow from Shiva's foot, as the other gods looked on in dismay. Fearing that Yama's death would upset the order of the universe, they implored Shiva to bring him back to life. And in the end, Shiva complied. But he pointed out that Markandeya's devotion had protected him, and he was therefore blessed to remain a 16-year-old sage eternally. The belief is that the realized soul of Markandeya is still moving in the universe. Although the story is allegorical, it is a reminder to us that the temple of human life is the body, that prayers and acts of worship culminate in meditation, and that the inner lingam which blesses us with immortality is the energy flowing from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Awakening that energy was Markandeya's act of faith. So, this brings us to the Mahamrityunjaya, which is found in the Rig Veda, where it is attributed to the sage Vasistha. The hymn, which is found, begins with, let me just go right to the hymn. The mantra reads, Om Triambakam Yajammahe Sugundim Pushtivartanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Marikchur Mukshya Mamratat. One translation given by Rolf Sovik is, Om, we worship and adore you, O three-eyed one, O Shiva. You are the sweet gladness, the fragrance of life, who nourishes us, restores our health, and causes us to thrive or flourish. As in due time the stem of the cucumber weakens, and the gourd is freed from the vine, so too free us from attachment and death, and do not withhold immortality. But give us everlasting life through the power of this Kundalini Shakti, and the strength of Prana. Now begin to deepen your breath and slowly awaken your body, moving and stretching fingers, toes, head, and rolling over to your side. Rest for a time to awaken your consciousness to this present moment and space and time. And when you feel conscious and awake, to rise again into a comfortable seated pose. I bow to the prana, the life force within you. May it help you to flourish in body, mind, and spirit. Namaste.